Welcome back to room design. The second part of our project is to go ahead and finish it, remove the axis and get it looking nice and export it as a 2D image so that we can put it up on a website. We're going to then save a new file, add furniture, and then export it again so it creates another file. So if you go back here, you can see, of course, I've not finished the room, and we talked about the area. We showed that the bottom floor was 10 long and 8 feet wide, as you can see, 8 feet by 10 feet. I'm going to go back to how we did that. We did tools, text, and we clicked on this space, and then we brought it out here. As you notice, it's no longer 80 feet, it's changed. So this is interesting, and you might be wondering, why is it no longer 80 feet? Because we did have it 8 feet by 10 feet. Well, to give you a hint, I'm going to do this again, but instead of clicking in the center of the floor, I'm going to click on this border now, and that gives you 20.39. And hopefully with this and these two numbers together, you can get the idea as to why that's 80. So the original floor was 80, but when we drew the offset, we broke it into two different areas, and that's what SketchUp is doing. So we can go ahead and actually delete these, because I don't want to show that right now. And I'm going to rotate it a little bit so that we can get this ready to export, so we can show this off. We don't want to give a 3D model, we want to give a 2D model, like taking a camera and taking a picture. I don't like the red and the green and the blue axis, the X and the Y and the Z axis. So I'm going to click on view, and I'm going to uncheck axis so those lines go away. And then I can zoom if I need to a little bit, make sure I see everything. I don't want to show my unfinished part, so I'm going to move a little bit this way. And now that I see what I like, see what I want to put up, I'm going to go ahead and export this. I'm going to say File, Export, and 3D. It's not a 3D model because that will not work on every website. It cannot be emailed to anyone easily. I'm going to go ahead and export it as a 2D graphic. When I do that, it uses the same file name. It's putting it on my desktop, and the format is a JPEG, which is a standard image format. You can change these formats, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with this and say export. And now that has been exported, I'm going to go ahead and save this as a new file. So instead of hitting save, which I can do, I'm going to now do a save as, and I'm going to give it a new name. So let's just give it screen recording 2. So now I have a new version, a new copy of the file. And to this, I would like to add some furniture. So how do we add that? Well, we can make our own furniture, but for this project, I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to go to File, 3D Warehouse, Get Models. And if you see what happens, you get, I've gone actually to the Trimble 3D Warehouse website, and I can look for something. Maybe this small room needs a bunk bed. So let's search for a bunk bed. You can see I have a whole bunch of choices, and I can go ahead and download the one I like, or I can open it up and look at it. And maybe let's look for a desk. Let's see. And a whole bunch of desks. Oh, that looks pretty good. There's a computer desk with chair. And now, just to give you an example, I'm going to go ahead and say download. And it says load into model, load it directly. Since SketchUp is running, we're already there. I can say yes, I want that. And it starts downloading it from the Trimble website into my computer, and it's going to show up. Oops. As you can see, it shows up. It's attached to my cursor. So this is really tricky. So you have to make sure you don't bury it inside a wall and cut it off and do all these crazy things. So you have to find it, and you have to actually place it down. So I'm going to think that that looks good, and I want to place it. But don't worry if that was not right, because once you've got it there, you can do certain things to it. Firstly, it's really too big. So let's go back to tools, and we're going to look at scale. And when you do scale, you get these little green things that let you resize it. So that looks like a better size desk. And then right next to the push and pull tool is this very strange looking tool called the move tool. Not what you'd expect. And now I can use that to move it around a little bit. So let's move it to the back of the wall here. So maybe the person likes to sit by the window. So that could be one possibility. And I have to click on the arrow here and the selection tool here and select something else, and that changes it. Now if I wanted to go back and actually want to rotate it, maybe this person wants it in the corner, the rotate tool is really tricky, but you might like it. Here's the rotate tool. You can also go from here, tools, rotate, and you have to first position it at the bottom. It's the easiest way to do this one, trust me. And then you're going to pull out so that you can anchor the rotate, make another click, and then turn it a bit. And let's not turn it too much, it goes through the wall. So let's figure out how much will work, and click again. So you may or may not want to do that, but you can experiment. And when you're finished, let's, by the way, move this person too, so you can go back to the move tool, and let's move him a little bit over here. So he's kind of looking at his desk and thinking about what he needs to do. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and this time I'm going to rotate. I may decide for this version I don't want these square feet measurements, so I could just take my eraser tool and I could erase all these off. And having done that, I can then really zoom in, give a nice look to it, and then having done all that, I can maybe add some carpet and a picture and all kinds of things to the walls. But once we're done with another version, we can go ahead and say File, Export, again 2D graphic, and we're going to keep the name of the file, but as you see it's going as a JPEG, and we're going to export that. So there should be now two images of this on your computer, which are the two exported files, one with the furniture and without all the measurements, and one before the furniture was added.